If you're feeling bad right now, don't move. Don't move a single inch. Don't move a hair length. That's it. That's the message right now. Do not move. Whatever it is you're feeling, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed with sadness or grief, or you have fear, or you have troubles in a relationship that you're thinking about, whatever it is. But whatever it is, a fear of missing out, it doesn't matter what it is. The message is the same right now. That's don't move. That message came strongly today because we spend, it's kind of a cliche at this point, we spend most of our waking day avoiding what's in here and what's down here. We just spend our days avoiding it. We have to do something about it. Something needs to be done. We have to scroll on our phone endlessly. We have to take a drive. We have to go visit our friends. We have to do. We have to continuously distract ourselves from parts of ourselves that we've abandoned, neglected, and cast away down into the depths of our subconscious. We've pushed aside, we've pushed down, we've, in a sense, gotten rid of. And we do it day in, day out. We do it 24/7, 7 days a week. We just push them away, we push them down. And life becomes about management then, when life is not supposed to be about management. Life's supposed to be about spontaneous living, actually, spontaneous joy, compassion, lightness, humor. That's where this journey leads. Spiritual journey, or the healing journey, whatever cliche term you want to use. But that's the natural functioning of this system. It's the natural way the system wants to work. And you can look at any animal and you can just see that immediately. You can look at your dog, you can look at your cat, you can look at the cows grazing in the field, you can look at any of the species on Earth. If they're not being hunted or attacked, or if they're not hunting or seeking out food, they're just spontaneously living. And when they lose a young cub, they shake, they tremor, they move, they mourn, and then they allow it to pass through, and then they live again. And they just continuously do that in flow, in spontaneity. What is it about us humans that blocks that stops that? Because we have a mechanism through thought. We have a sense of identity that's able to push and mold itself around all of these uncomfortable emotions and avoid it and suppress it. So don't move an inch right now, whatever you're feeling. Do not move. If you're feeling sadness welling up, if you're feeling grief welling up, or anxiety, why do you have to move? By moving, you're missing the portal. By moving, you're missing the gateway. Rumi was right when he said that the cure for the pain is in the pain. That's not some old wise saying that we write down and get a bit of mental stimulation from. It's genuinely true. The cure for the pain is in the pain itself. When you run, you miss it. When you run from the part that's really hurting, that really wants to be somewhere else, that really is grieving and is in pain, you keep distracting from that part, you keep running from that part, You miss the jewels. You miss those small little gold coins that are at the bottom of the river, that are beneath the blackness. You miss them. So don't move. Feel it. Where is it? Where is what you're feeling? Where is it located? It's going to be here. Down into the belly, the chest, the throat. Where is it? If it had an image, what would it look like? Would it look like a raging fire? Would it look like barbed wire? Would it look like electricity? Would it look like a lost child? Would it look like you at 5 years old, screaming, crying? What does it look like? Where is it? Welcome it. Get to know it. Ask it what it wants from you. Ask it where did it learn to react like this, to feel like this, to be this way, this intensely. Where did it learn how to do that? What is it afraid would happen if it couldn't do that anymore? Get to know it. Feel it in this way. Don't move from it. And it's not just the distractions, they're not just the scrolling on the phone, it's not just the binge eating, it's not just the drug use, which is what all addiction is based on. It's based on pushing these parts away. That's all addiction is. It's I don't want to feel this, so I'm going to use something to distract it. But it doesn't have to be those big categories of distraction. It can simply be, I feel this right now. I feel a really big fear of missing out in life, or I feeling this uncomfortable feeling, and it can be just the simplest little mental checkout. Not feeling that. This slight disassociation away from it. No, and then you move on with your day. You go for a drive and you go out about your day. You go for a run. You go to the gym. You gym it out. This slight little disassociation, this slight little, no, not today. And you've been doing that for 20 years. And you've slammed the door in the face of all of those little children, those little suppressed emotions. Years and years and years and years and years. And all they want is to be felt, and all they want is to be loved, and all they want is to be held. All they want is for you to get to know them so that they can release. So don't move 1 inch. What's there when you don't move? What's in the pain? What's in the part? What does the part have to say? What is it trying to tell you? What are the jewels that are there? What are the coins at the bottom? When you give up the fight, which is the moving, which is the running away, there's nowhere to go. And you discover that these parts are they're not here to kill you. They're not here to destroy you as you thought they would. They're not here to end you. They are literally you 20 years ago. 5-year-old you, 4-year-old you, 10-year-old you. You can take it a step further and you can feel it, and you feel like you need to react to that. This is sort of getting into fetter work, the fetter model a little bit. You feel that energy, you feel that sensation Maybe it's anger this time. It's rage. You feel the sensation. You sit in that gap. You don't react. You feel the sensation and you feel the need to react. You're in the gap. You're in a space. Now, where in that space, where in that gap, where that feels very uncomfortable to sit in, where in that space is the mechanism or the need or the button that has to react? Where's the one in there that has to react? Where is the mechanism of action that needs to react? What is that? Can you actually find it? Or will it just pop like the self? When you can't find self in it, it becomes a part of everything else. The anger is just everything else, the wind blowing. And then you can really begin to taste into, and only at this stage, and only now can you begin to taste into this. Not at earlier stages, it can almost sound like a cliche at earlier stages, but everything is as it is. Everything is just this. You've heard that many, many times. But to feel that is completely different. When the uncomfortable sensation is exactly as it is, when it's not resisted, pushed against, reacted to, it is the wind blowing, it's the bird singing. So what problem is there with it? And it doesn't even become anger then. It's unknown like everything else. So to reiterate for the 100th time, don't move. Do not move. If that goes around in your head for the next few days, good. Do not move. Stay exactly where you are in that sadness, in that anxiety, and move towards it. Embrace it. Get to know it. Feel it. Locate it. Give it what it wants from you. And watch it unburden itself. You're done running away from it. You're done running away from these things, these emotions, these scary monsters under the bed. It's almost a decision that comes. It just smacks you across the face. I'm done. Not running anymore. Every single feeling that crosses this, that arises here, I'm done distracting from it, running from it, moving from it, disassociating from it. You just radically be with it with every ounce of compassion that you have. And experience radically transforms. Then you're in the sweet spot. You're in the sweet spot where really everything just is. Really everything really just is as it is. Really everything just is this. Even everything in here. Everything here. Just as much as the trees and the colours and the textures and the sounds. So yeah, that's it. Stop running.